Have you ever wondered why some hotels become unforgettable while others are forgotten the moment guest checks out and out of the front door? Have you thought about this? Do they have bigger rooms? Do they have larger swimming pool? Or do they have better food? No, none of this. I believe the biggest difference between an ordinary hotel and an extraordinary hotel are just two simple words. You know what the words are? Why not? As hotel owners, we spend lakhs of rupees on marketing. We start negotiating with the OTAs. We run Facebook ads. We run Google ads. We fight the discount wars on the OTAs. But sometimes the biggest marketing strategy costs absolutely nothing. And it is so effective. It is simply having a team ask themselves, why not? Today, I want to tell you a story that completely changed the way I think about hospitality today. And by the end of the video, I am sure that you will also change and your thinking will also change. Let's hear this story. Now, let me share this story with you. The story I heard was around 15 years back in one of the sessions I attended in Atlanta, US. Later, this came in a book which my mentor Jim Donnan had written. The book was called The Piano on the Beach. Now, in this book, he tells the story that both Jim and Nancy, both as a couple, they were celebrating their 25th anniversary in one of the hotels in Egypt. Now, this particular hotel was on the cliff, and there were 200 stairs going down, and there was a beach there. So, as Jim and Nancy they just checked into the hotel, Jim just casually mentioned, looking at the beachfront, he said, "My wife always dreamed of listening to the grand piano while watching the sunset on the beach." And he pointed out to the big 400 kg grand piano sitting in the lobby. Just imagine for a moment if this request came to your hotel, what would your team generally say? I think they will generally say, "Sir, we are sorry, it's too difficult. The piano is fixed in the lobby, and it's too heavy. It's not possible to carry 200 stairs down." But this hotel team thought differently. The staff gathered together. They lifted this huge grand piano and carried it down 200 steps, all the way to the beach. And as the sun disappeared in the sky, the piano began to play. Jim and Nancy sat there in complete silence. It wasn't just the music, it was magic. The next moment, Jim asked the hotel executive, a junior executive, why did the hotel do all this? And the executive smiled and replied, "Sir, why not?" Now think about the culture that hotel had while executing this entire thing. What would have what would have the team member thought before doing this? That's my question to many of the hotel owners. Why not? Now, having said what I said, most hotels don't have a why not culture, I know. Actually, they have no culture. Can I check in early? No. Can you decorate my room? No. Can somebody arrange something special for my anniversary? No, sir. Not possible. Can I get a breakfast little later? No, sir. Time is till 10 o'clock. And every no will save your team 5 minutes. But you know what it will cost you? It will cost you a customer for a life. Because guests don't remember your mattresses or your bathroom tiles. They don't even remember your curtains or your cutlery and how your people were uniformed and was your pool very clean or not. That goes without saying, that has to be done. But you know what they remember? The one most important thing they always remember is how you made them feel. Because hospitality is not about selling rooms or banquets or stuff like that. It is about creating emotions. And you know what, friends? Emotions will bring memories. And memories will become stories at one point. And stories will become Google reviews and your hotel reviews and social media reviews. And stories will become referrals. And your referrals will become your occupancy. The hotel that wins is not the one who have the best rooms. It is the one which has the most stories. Now, as I told you about that story, why not story? So this story became part of a book. It became a part of a talk to a large audience of 1,000 people, of which I was part of it. And it may have become a story to many other people. And that hotel would have got a lot of clients to that story. So let's create a culture in our hotels so that our stories can be created and our guests can become our advocates. Okay, so let's start to build the why not culture. Imagine this: a child walks into your hotel lobby, and the reception team notices it is his birthday. So somebody quickly runs and arranges a very small cake for them. Why not? An elderly couple comes in, 10-hour journey, they're tired. Instead of just pointing to the lift, somebody escorts them to their room, offers them a drink, make them comfortable in the room. Why not? A honeymoon couple mentions just that we love stargazing. So some team member arranges two chairs on the rooftop, some blankets, some hot chocolate on the terrace, maybe a telescope if you guys have it. Why not? A family at checkout, they want to have a picture together. So the reception guy or the GR lady steps in, collects the family together, asks them to smile, take a few pictures, take a video. Why not? Now, none of these things costs much money, but every one of these they create memories, and memories are a real luxury. Not your marble, not your chandeliers, not expensive furniture. Forget luxury. They never forget kindness. They never forget emotions and how they felt at your hotel. And that is what will create a long term client for you who will keep coming to your property, referring to the property, and give you lifetime value as a customer. Okay, tomorrow morning, gather everybody from your team: reception, housekeeping, restaurant, kitchen, maintenance, security, everybody. Make them sit with a whiteboard, and on the whiteboard write two words: why not? Then ask each person a question. What is one request that we usually refuse? The horticulture will say people want to pluck mangoes, and we say no. Now ask everybody, how can we actually fulfill some of the things which we refuse? And you will be astonished to see your team will come up with dozens of ideas. We can do this way, we can do this way. And those ideas which your team will give you, they will become the stories that guests will tell forever. Remember, guests don't travel across countries because your rooms are bigger or your food is better or your lobby is better. They travel because somebody somewhere once said, "You won't believe what that hotel did for us." I remember one time in our Kumbhalgarh hotel, there was this couple traveling from Ahmedabad. This lady was a singer. Her name was Hiren. And they had come to stay at our hotel for 3 days. And I was present there by any chance. And 2 days after that, the husband and the small kid, they were all playing. And she was probably sulking in the room because her husband did not take her out uh, to go around the fort and stuff. So the second day, this couple came to the reception, and I was by chance standing there, and they said we want to check out. And I just happened to ask them, "Sir, you have a 3 day booking. Why would you like to check out after 2 days?" And they said, "We don't even want the money refund." I just, out of curiosity, asked. You know what the lady said? She was almost in tears. She said, "Bhaiya, I have been lying in the pool and here in the room for 2 days. They promised me they will take me to Kumbhalghat, show me the fort, and do this and do this and do that. And they're not even doing anything. And I'm bored. I want to go home." My wife was with me and I was there, and I said, "Bhami, today we also want to go around Kumbhalgarh. Why don't you come with us?" And for almost 4 hours, four of us, me, my wife, Hiran, and her husband, and a small kid, around I think 4 years old. We went around Kumbhalgarh, went around Veera Kamat, went around other places. So at the end of the day, we did a bonfire, and she sang like very beautifully. And she sang especially for us. There was one more guest. And till today, she doesn't forget us for what we did for her. Only just last week, she called from one of our hotels and said, "Tony Bhaiya, I am at your hotel in Joy. And I thought you would be there." I said, "No, Viral, I am at the head office. So good, you are here." And she kept on talking to our GM there about with the memories, what they did with us, and stuff like that. So this is something which is worth more than thousands and lakh of rupees you will spend on your advertisement. Now, don't think about the cost. Don't think about the immediate effort. Don't think about the policy and stuff like that. Ask yourself, why not? We were bored at that day in the hotel, staying there, and we had nothing to do. So we went down and we had a great day. Why not? Because extraordinary hospitality doesn't become with a five-star building. It becomes with a five-star attitude of the owners and of the staff. It creates unforgettable guest memories. If this message has touched your heart, you can subscribe to our channel, share this video with your team in your hotel, and together we will build the biggest community of hotel owners called the Hotel Sales Mastery. Because every legacy hotel becomes with begins with one simple question. And that question is, why not? See you soon live.